Hello friends, here we are going to discuss the Advanced Bank Management Chapter 2 Supply and Demand MCQs. So friends, let's start with the first MCQ. The demand is based on very first option needs and wants, second option ability to pay, third option both A and B, and fourth option none. So basically friends, demand is based on your needs and wants as well as your ability to pay. Okay, so correct option is the both A and B is the correct option. So next question number 2, the various quantities of the goods that are supplied at the various level of the prices, what is it called? So friends, various quantities of the goods that are supplied, remember the word supplied at the various prices, various level of the prices, what is it called? So friends, first option is the demand schedule, second is the demand curve, third is the supply schedule, and fourth is the none. So for correct option is the here the word is supplied. So supplied is very important. So from that you can guess the supply schedule is the answer. Also it is a definition of the supply schedule. So correct option is the third option is the correct answer. Okay, the quantities supplied at the various level of the prices is nothing but the supply schedule. It is basic definition of the supply schedule. Next, the third question, the supply curve is upward sloping. Why it is upward sloping? Here itself you have to note that the supply curve is the upward sloping. How it looks? See, supply curve is always price versus quantity supplied, and it is always a upward sloping. Remember, it is always, you have to remember the slope of the supply curve itself, it is a upward sloping. But now they are asking why. First option, as the price increases the cost also increases. Second, the price increases consumer demands less, and third, the price increases supplier can earn higher level of the profit or justify the higher marginal cost to produce the more. So friends, whenever your price is increases, whenever the price of the goods in the market increases, supplier will supply more so that to earn the more profit. Okay, so that's why supply curve is upward sloping, more demand, more price, in this fashion. So correct answer, correct option is the third option is the correct answer for third question. Okay, the fourth question, this is an assumption of a law of demand. So basically what is a law of demand? So friends, see, basically in the market when the price increases, suppose the price of your mobile increases, the demand for that your mobile will decrease. That means when a price increase, demand will be decreases. This is the basic law of demand. Okay, so what is assumption? First option, the price of commodity should not change. Second option, the quantity should not change. Third option, supply should not change. And the fourth option, consumer income of consumers should not change. So friends, correct answer is the fourth option. Why? See friends, the basic law is price increases then demand decreases. Okay, this is the basic law. Suppose provided here assumption is the income should be constant. Here suppose your income is 20,000, right? Suppose your income has been decreased to 5,000. Then if the mobile price has been increased, then whether your demand will be stable? No. If your income is increased from 20,000 to 50,000, then you will buy the same mobile, right? That means your demand will not decrease. If your income increases, your demand will not decrease, right? So basic law of demand is when your price increases, your demand should be decreased in the market. That's why to fulfill that law, our income should be fixed. Income should not change. Okay, this is the basic assumption that income of the consumer should not change. This is very basic. I have explained with the income example. So next, fourth we have completed. The fifth question is that the normal goods are those goods for which demand decreases as first option needs and wants, second option the price of the complement falls, third option the goods own price, and fourth option income decreases. So friends, remember here the normal goods. What are the normal goods? Normal goods are those goods for which demand decreases as your income decreases. Okay, whenever your income is decreases, you will definitely demand less or buy less, and that goods are nothing but the normal goods. Okay, so fourth option is the correct answer for the fifth question. Okay, now the sixth question. When we say demand increases, what is in we mean that there is when we say demand has been increased. First option, movement to the right along the demand curve. Option number 2, rightward shift to the demand curve. Option number 3, movement to the left along demand curve. And option number 4, left shift to the demand curve. So friends, see here, whenever we say demand increases, see friends, this is the demand curve. Always remember, whenever you listen the word demand, D for demand, and it is always a downward sloping. It is always a price versus quantity demanded, and D for demand and D for downward sloping. Always remember. Okay, whenever your demand curve shifts right, there is an increase in demand, and whenever your demand curve shift to the left, there is always decrease in the quantity demanded, that is decrease in the demand. So here they are saying demand has been increased, demand is increased, that means there is a rightward shift of the demand curve. Okay, this is the basic you have to remember. Rightward shift means increases, rightward shift that means increases, and left shift that means decreases. Okay, next question number 7. So friends, see question number 7. Which of the following law is followed by the market demand curve? Option number 1, law of diminishing demand. Option number 2, law of increasing satisfaction. Option number 3, law of diminishing marginal utility. And option number 4, law of downward sloping, the law of downward sloping demand. So friends, always remember, I have told you this is the demand curve, price versus quantity demanded. This is downward sloping, D for demand, D for downward. So always remember, demand curve is always a downward sloping. So fourth option is the correct answer. So question number 8 we are going to discuss. When the demand decreases, the supply does not changes. How the equilibrium price will respond? So friends, see here, very important. Common sense you can apply here. Very first we will see through the common sense. If demand decreases, what will happen? And supply is continuous. Supply has been not changed. Your demand in the market has been decreased, but your supply is constant. That means we can say supply is increasing in respective of the demand. When there is no demand and you are continuously supplying the market, definitely there will be surplus in the market. So surplus, that means excess of supply in the market, so that prices will automatically fall. So so equilibrium price will respond, rise, that will not, then falls, equilibrium price will falls. First option. Then first two options we have already eliminated, price will fall. The only third and fourth option we have remaining. Now what they are saying in third option, equilibrium quantity increase, equilibrium quantity decrease. In the question itself they are saying demand for the quantity has been decreased. So if we will eliminate third, the equilibrium quantity decrease will be, fourth option will be our correct answer. Okay, this is we have learned through the common sense. So friends, if you have to learn through the graph, see I will explain. See, this is see here, this is the basic our graph, price versus quantity. This is downward sloping demand curve, and what they are saying, demand has been decreased. Suppose this is our D2 was first demand, and now it is decreased to D1. Okay, and they are saying supply has been constant. So supply curve is always upward sloping. This is supply curve, right? So see here, suppose this is 1, this is 2, and this is 1, and this is 2. So see friends, supply has been, demand decreases, that means for D2, that was the equilibrium point, now it is shifted to here, decreasing, right? So left shift. That means whenever they are asking about the price, see here is the price for the first demand curve is the 2. Now for the second it is a 1. That means we can say the price falls and quantity for here D2 it is a 2, for D1 it is a 1. That means quantity also decreases. Okay, through graphical representation also we have learned. Now the 9th question we are going to discuss. See friends, equilibrium is important to create both dash market and dash market. It is very easy. First option, balanced and efficient. Second option, free independent. Third option, profitable evergreen. And the fourth option, free and efficient. So it is very easy. Equilibrium is important to create balanced and the efficient market. Okay, now 10th question. Which of the following statement is not correct? Which of the following statement is not correct, we have to find. So first, the supply curve is not affected. It is not affected by prices of related commodity. So it is a false statement. Supply curve is affected by the related commodities. Option number 2, supply curve is impacted by production cost. Yes, it is factors affecting the supply curve. We have already learned. Third, supply curve is affected by government policy. It is correct. The production cost is also affected by the technological advancement. It is also correct. So friends, we know the factors affecting supply curve. What are that? The production cost, technological advancement, and the government policy. That are the factors which affects the supply curve. Also the price of related goods. So here they have given negative statement. So first option is the correct answer, which is not correct. Okay, fine. Now the 11th question. Market demand curve is found by. How the market demand curve is found? Let's go through the option. First, adding together quantities demanded by all individual at one price. Option number 2, adding together quantities demanded by each individual each price. Option number 3, adding together quantities demanded by all markets at each price. And fourth, none of the above. So friends, correct answer is option number 2 for 11th question. Option number 2, adding together demand, that's why quantity demanded at each price and each individual, that is the for the demand curve. So remember, okay, what is the correct answer? Adding together quantities demanded by each individual at each price. Just remember each. Okay, the question number 12th. Supply curve is represented by. How the supply curve is represented? So first option, quantity supplied to supply position, quantity supplied to income, quantity supplied to price, quantity supplied to demand. So correct option is the quantity supplied to price. I have already explained how it is supply curve. This is the price versus quantity supplied, and it is always upward sloping. So price versus quantity supplied. Okay, or you can say quantity supplied versus price. So 12th option number 3 is correct. Now the 13th question. The quantity demanded tends to fall as a price rises because. Why the when demand decreases, the prices increases? The quantity demand tends to fall as the price increases. Means when your price increases, your demand will decrease. This is the basic law of demand. Why it happens? First, income effect, technological changes. Basically this is the law of demand. This is the law of demand that we have already learned in the previous slide. Okay, this is the law of demand. Though which factors affect the demand curve? So first, income effect, technological changes. Second, substitution effect, income effect. Third, substitution effect, income effect, as well as the technological changes. And fourth, substitution effect, technological changes. So friends, correct answer is the substitution effect and the income effect. We know because it is a demand curve, and a demand curve or a demand law of demand does not depend on the technological changes. See here, here is also technological changes, here is also technological changes, and the last option also technological changes. Technological changes only applicable for the supply curve, only applicable for the supply curve, not for the demand. Okay, not for the demand. That you have to remember. In this way you can eliminate 3 options, so only remember is the remaining is the second option. Next, the question number 14, the market clearing price, that is the MCP. Market clearing price denotes, what it denotes? First option, all demand orders are satisfied and books are cleared. Second, supply orders are satisfied and books are cleared. And third, all supply as well as demand orders are satisfied and books are cleared. Fourth, few demand and supply orders are satisfied and books are remain filled. So friends, it is a very common sense, you can easily come to know while reading the option. Third option is the correct. Market clearing price, that means we have to clear all the things, so definitely supply and demand order we have to clear, that is satisfied, and books are we have to clear. So third option is the correct answer. Now the question number 15, see, when demand curve slope downward, it implies that, what it implies? So friends, see, when demand, see here, this is the price versus quantity, and we know demand curve is downward sloping, D for demand and D for downward sloping. For a decreasing price, the quantity demanded will not change. Decreasing price, quantity demanded will not change. For a rising price, quantity demanded will decrease. For a decreasing price, quantity demanded will increase, and for rising price, quantity will not change. Quantity demanded will increase. So friends, see here, what happens? We have learned that in case of a demand curve, the price and quantity are negatively related. So when the price rises, see, for example, suppose this is the 1 price, this is the 2 price. Okay, this is the suppose corresponding 1 quantity and here corresponding 2 quantity. So when you increase the price, as I have already told you, price and quantities are inversely related or negatively related. That means price and quantity in case of demand are negatively related. That means for a rising price, quantity demanded will decrease. Okay, for rising price, if you increase the price, see here, if you increase the price 1 2 1 2, for 1 price there is 2 quantities, for 2 price there is a 1 quantity, price versus quantity. So we can say price and quantities are negatively related. Okay, in case of a demand curve, just remember, in case of demand curve, the price and quantity are negatively related. Okay, next, so what is the correct answer? Second option is the correct answer. Question number 16, we are going to discuss, which of the following statements are not correct? Which of the following statement are not, we have to find not correct statement. Not correct, that means false. Okay, so see, first option, supply curve is impacted by production cost. Supply curve is impacted by production cost, it is correct. Supply curve is not affected by price of related commodity, so it is not affected, negative statement, so it is a false statement. It is a false statement. Supply curve do affect by the price of the related commodity, so it is a false statement. The supply curve is affected by government policy, we know, and the production cost is also affected by the technological changes, so it is also correct. So option number B, that is second option, is a false, and which is correct. Okay, now the question number 17 we are going to discuss, each point along the demand curve shows. So friends, this is very important and confusing question. What they are asking, each point, they are asking each point in the demand curve. See, this is the demand curve and they are asking each point along the demand curve shows. What it shows? Option number 1, the quantity of the good that firms willing to supply. So here is the word supply. Along the demand curve, we cannot judge the supply. So supply word itself, we can say it is not correct. Opportunity cost of supplying. Here is also the word supply. We are discussing the demand, so supply is not correct. Option number 3, the relationship between price of the goods and total quantity demanded as a series of the prices. So it is not the series of the prices. Why, friends? Because they are asking at each point, individual point, so series of the prices will not be the possible answer. Okay, so the last option we have remained the quantity of the goods that consumer would be willing and able to purchase at a specific price. Specific price is very important. See friends, the consumer willing and able to purchase, that means basically a demand. That means basically a demand versus specific price. Why specific price here is the correct option? Because they are asking at each point. Okay, in this fashion they can frame a question to confuse you more. Okay, so remember how to analyze the questions. Now next question. Here fourth is the correct option. Now the question number 18 we are going to discuss. In which of the following situation there is no tendency on the price to rise or fall? That means which of the following is the situation where your price will be stable. Your price will be stable, and we all know when price will be stable, when our demand is equal to supply. That time only the price will stable. So first option, demand is greater than supply. Second option, demanded quantity is less than quantity supplied. Third option, the quantity demanded is equal to the quantity supplied. And fourth option, there is no situation where price has no tendency to rise or fall. So friends, see, when your demand is equal to supply, the situation that were called as the equilibrium condition, that condition is called as the equilibrium condition, and in that condition when demand is equal to supply, prices will be stable. Prices will be stable. Okay, so third option is the correct. Now the question number 19 we are going to discuss. Which of the following statement is a false? We have to find the false statement. So okay, let's go through the statement. First statement they have given, the demand curve moves from northwest to southwest. So how it is demand curve we have discussed here. Demand curve is like that. Okay, so how it is moves? It moves from north, here is the west, northwest to southeast. So first statement is the correct. The graphical representation of a demand schedule is the demand curve. It is basic definition. It is also correct. The quantity demanded and the price are positively related. So friends, I have already told you, in case of demand curve, the price and the quantity demanded are negatively related. So third option is the wrong, which is our correct answer for that question. That means the quantity demanded and price are positively related. This statement is false. They are negatively related. Okay, now the question number 20 we are going to discuss. If phones are normal goods, and prices of phones rises, then holding yields all the constant, then see friends, what is the normal good? I have already explained in the previous question. Normal goods are the goods for which income does not affect. That means if income is constant and your prices increases, then demand should decrease. That is called as the normal goods. So what they are saying here, if phones are normal goods and price of phone rises, then what will be the possible answer? See, first, demand for the mobile phone will rise. Second, quantity demanded of mobile phones will fall, and demand for the mobile phone will fall, and the quantity demanded of mobile phone will rise. So definitely friends, we all know normal goods. In case of normal goods, if a price increases, your quantity demanded will decrease. So here the quantity demanded of mobile phone will fall. This is the correct answer. See here, you can see similar answer. The demand for a mobile phone will fall, demand will not fall. Remember how they are confused, make you confused through the options. Demand for mobile phone will not fall, the quantity demanded will fall. Okay, so correct answer for 20 is the second number option. This is not a correct. Second option will be correct. Okay, what are the normal goods? In case of normal goods, if a price increases, your quantity of demanded quantity will decrease. So just the quantity demanded will fall. The 21st question, if there is an increase in the price of a commodity and its quantity demanded also increases, that means there is a shift in. So friends, see, what they are saying, increase in the price of a commodity, that means price has been increased and quantity demanded also increases. That means there is a shift in what it will shift. See friends, they are talking in the question demand, the quantity demanded is increases. So definitely we will not deal with the supply curve. All we are discussing here in the question itself, it is about the demand, about the demand. So first and second option we will eliminate. Okay, now if a quantity demanded increases, I have already told you, if this is a demand curve, price versus quantity demanded, and if it shift to the right side, then it will increase, it will increase the demand. And if here you can say the demand has been increased, that means the curve has moved from left to right. So option number third, the demand curve move from left to right, will be the correct answer. Okay, now the 22nd question, the market curve is found by. How the market demand curve, basically it is a demand curve, it is also called as the market demand curve. How the market demand curve is found, that means how it has been calculated or how it has been found. Okay, first option, adding together the quantities demanded by all individual at one price, adding together quantities demanded by all market at each price, adding together quantities demanded by all individual at each price. So friends, remember the demand curve is found by adding together the quantity demanded by all individual or each individual at each price. Okay, each individual by at each price, or you can say all individuals at each price. So third option will be the correct answer. We have already discussed this question previously. So 23rd question we are going to discuss. Which of the following statement regarding the equilibrium of supply and demand is not correct? Now we have to discuss the equilibrium. What is equilibrium? Equilibrium is a position where your demand is equal to supply. So we have to find which is a false statement. Not correct, that means false we have to find. First option, when supply is equal to demand, there is equilibrium which keeps price at equilibrium. Okay. Second option, when supply is greater than demand, it is correct. When supply is greater than demand, there is surplus, okay, which lead to decrease in a price. How can? When supply is more than demand, which will decrease the price. Supply is more than demand, so there will be excess, there will be a surplus in the market, so decrease in the price, it is okay. Third, when supply is less than demand, that means demand is more than supply, there will be a shortage. When supply is less than demand, there will be a shortage. How supply is less than demand? There will be a shortage, okay, that lead to decrease in the price. How can it decrease the price? See friends, when supply is less than a demand, obviously there will be a shortage. Okay, demand is more than supply, there will be a shortage in the market. If there is a shortage in the market, the existing prices in the available goods will definitely increase due to the shortage, so it will not decrease the price. So which is the wrong option? Option number 3 will be this. We have to mark the option number 3, which is not correct, because in case of shortage, there is a shortage in the market, the prices will goes up. Okay, now the 24th question we are going to discuss. Which of the following could be the possible reason for when price is a constant but quantity demanded of inferior goods is increased? So friend, this is a very interesting question. See what they are asking, which of the following will be the possible reason for what? When your price is a constant, but the demand of inferior goods, what do you mean by inferior? Inferior, that means the goods which are not in good in the quality, right? We will purchase, when see the common sense, when you are going to purchase the inferior goods, when you are having less money, okay, that time only you will purchase inferior. If you are having good amount of money, you will purchase the superior goods. So here itself it is the answer for this question. When prices are the constant, still you are purchasing inferior goods, demanding inferior goods, that means increase in the price of component, not decrease in the buyer's income. that means you are having less money, that means your income is decreased, then only you can purchase the inferior goods. Okay, in this fashion you can easily remember. If your salary has goes down, if your salary has goes down, you will purchase low quality goods. That's why if your income is decreases, you have to purchase the inferior goods. In simple words, I have explained this. So for 24th question, second will be the correct answer. Now the 25th question we are going to discuss. If shift in a demand curve move from left to right without changes in the supply curve, then what will happen? See friends, see, this is the, suppose this is the our graph, this is price versus quantity, and as demand curve is shifting from left to right. So this is our demand curve, say D1. Now it is shifting to the right. So this is our D2, which is a shifted demand curve. And suppose this is the our supply curve. Okay. Now what they are asking, see, if this situation happen, then what happened to the prices? What basically they are asking. See friends, see, corresponding, suppose this is one price, this is a one quantity, and for this equilibrium, suppose this is a two quantity and this is two price. See, D1 to D2 we are moving, so our equilibrium is here. Now it is shifting to here. So price correspondingly also shifting from 1 to 2. Okay, so definitely the price will move from 1 to 2. That's why the correct option will be price will increase. Okay, in this way I have explained you in the efficient manner. Okay, the will move to the next question. Question number 26 we are going to discuss here. The term shift is supply. The term shift in supply stands for which of the following? What do you mean by basically a shift in supply? Here should be in. So for 26, see, when change in supply due to the factors of the price, basically what they are asking, why there is a change in supply, why there is a shift in supply. First option, change in supply due to the factors of the price, change in supply due to the decrease in the price, change in supply due to increase in the price, and change in supply due to the factor other than price. So friends, in the beginning I have told you what are the factors affecting the supply curve. What are the factors that affect the supply curve? Supply curve, see here, supply curve, price versus quantity, and it is upward sloping. And we have discussed the factors which affect the supply curve are government policy, then cost of the production, okay, and technological changes. Also price of related goods. That is the factor which affect the supply curve. So definitely that are the all the factors are there which are other than a price. For example, government policy, technology, as well as cost of the production. That are the major factors which affect the supply curve and which are other than price. So definitely fourth option will be our correct answer. We have to mark here. Okay. Now next question, question number 27 we are going to discuss here. If the demand of a commodity goes up, the demand for its supplementary goods. Okay, this is very, very interesting friends. What do you mean by supplementary goods? So first I will read the option. If demand of a commodity goes up, then demand for its supplementary goods will decrease, increase, constant. I will not answer. Okay, so friends, see here, what do you mean by supplementary goods? First, see, suppose bread and butter, right? If you purchase bread, you have to purchase the butter also. Butter is supplementary, right? Car and petrol, both are supplementary. That means if the price of bread is increases, the price of butter you have to purchase itself. That's why it is also going to increase. If a car's price has been increases, demand for the car has been increases. If the demand for the car increases, automatically we have to run the cars. Demand for the petrol will also increase. Right or wrong? Right? Are you getting or not? See friends, what do you mean by supplementary goods? Butter, bread and butter, car and petrol. If the demand for the car is increases, the demand for petrol automatically increase, because they are, you have to purchase, they are supplementary to each other. You have to purchase the car, then you have to fill the petrol in it. That's why car and petrol are supplementary goods. If the demand for the car has been increases, then definitely demand for the petrol will also increase. So we can say for in case of supplementary goods, if demand of one commodity increases, for supplementary goods also increase. Okay, so for 27th question, option number 2 will be the correct answer. Just remember supplementary, that means remember the example of bread and butter. Okay, next 28th question we are going to discuss. What is the slope of supply curve? In the beginning, in the previous question, I have told you supply curve. Right here, how the supply curve looks like. Here, supply curve looks like this is price versus quantity supplied, and this always as it is a upward sloping. We know that. So supply curve is upward sloping, we know. So downward, these two options we will eliminate. Okay, we will eliminate two options. Now we know it is upward. Just look into third and fourth option. Supply curve moves from right to left. No, supply curve moves from left to right in this direction. We draw in this fashion. Okay, so fourth option is the correct. Supply curve is always left to right and in upward direction. Price versus quantity supplied. Okay, next 29th question we are going to discuss. If the demand of a commodity increases, due to change in income, I have already told you in the beginning, if the demand is changes due to the income, it is that goods are called as that a commodity is called as the normal goods. Just remember. Okay, now it is called as the that means when your price increases, your demand decreases, and so on. This is basic law of demand. This is called as the law of demand. So here is the question. If the demand of the commodity has been increases due to change in the income is called as contraction in demand, expansion in demand, decrease in demand, shift in demand. Common sense, it is a shift in demand. Okay, this is the correct option, fourth option. Now the question number 30 we are discussing. If the price of mango juice rises, this is very interesting question. If the price of a mango juice rises, the demand for watermelon juice will be. So friends, see here, 30 number question. We know mango is also juice and watermelon is also juice. So if the price of a mango juice rises, the demand for watermelon juice will be, first option, increases because it's complement, decreases because two goods are substitutes, decreases because two goods are complements, and increases because two goods are substitutes. So fourth option is the correct. How? See, if this is mango juice and this is a watermelon juice. See, if the mango juice was a 50 rupees per glass, now the price has increased to 100 rupees per glass. Then what you will think? Your income has been not changed, not increased. You will say, why to have a mango juice? I will have a watermelon juice because I want the juice only. Any juice I can prefer. So watermelon will be the substitute for the mango. So demand for a watermelon will automatically increase because the mango juice price has been increased. You will shift to its substitute watermelon juice, right? So demand will for the watermelon, that is substitute, will increase because two goods are substitute to each other. Okay, next question number 31 we are going to discuss here. In which direction would this rise in the cost of production cause the supply curve to shift? That means what they are asking, if there is a increase in the cost of production, supply curve will shift to which direction? So friends, see, I have already told you what are the factors affecting the supply curve. Cost of production is also one of the factors which affect the supply curve. So we know that when there is a change in the cost of production, supply curve will definitely shift. Now we have to find in which direction it will shift. So I have told you, if the supply curve shift to the right, it will increase the supply, always increase. If it shift to the left side, it will decrease the supply. Okay, and cost of production is the one of the factor which affect the supply curve. And what they are saying, there is a rise in the cost of production. That means your production cost has been increased. If your production cost is increases, then your supply will decrease. Obviously you will require more money to produce, so your obviously supply will decrease. And when your supply will decrease, when your supply decreases, when your supply curve moves from right to left, so definitely the supply curve will move to the left if there is a rise in the cost of production. And vice versa, if they ask if there is a lower or a decrease in the cost of production, then there will be increase in supply and supply curve will move to the left to right. Okay, for this question correct answer is the left. If they ask lower instead of rise, then will be right side. Okay, now this is very basic. Question number 32, we are going to discuss which of the following would increase the amount of inferior goods. I have already discussed one similar question. When you will purchase the inferior goods more, when you purchase the inferior goods more, whenever your income is decreases. Previously we have discussed this type of question, so we will directly move to the solution. See, which of the following would increase the amount of inferior goods, or amount, instead of amount here we will take demand. Here we will take demand. Okay, why the demand of inferior good increases? Inferior goods, that means which are not good, which are having low quality. Okay, so when your income decreases, that time only you can purchase the inferior goods which are low in the quality. Okay, so correct answer I will directly mark here, decrease in the buyer's income. Okay, the 33, question number 33 we are going to discuss. Annie earned 20,000 a year while working a part-time, and now she takes a job as a clerk in the bank, and where she earns 5 lakh rupees per year. After a year she gave away her bike and now purchased a car. So remember, Annie previously earning a 20,000, but now Annie earning a 5 lakh rupees. Okay, so we have to choose the correct option. Bike is normal good for Annie, car is normal good for Annie, car is inferior good for Annie, and bike and car are the complementary good for Annie. So remember friends, previously Annie was having 20,000 rupees as the income, right? And now Annie has 5 lakh rupees of income now. So now she have the car, she is having the car. So right now her income is 5 lakh rupees and she is having the car. So right now till a date, that means right now she is having sufficient amount of salary. So car will be a normal good for her. Car will be normal good. See friends, in the previously if she was having only 20,000 salary, a bike will be a normal good for her. But now she is having 5 lakh rupees as a salary. So for his salary, current position, car will be the normal goods. And bike, for now bike will be inferior good for her, because she is earning more. She deserves to be having a car. That's why bike will be the inferior good, but the car is a normal good for her. Okay, this is very important and conceptual part. See friends, Annie having a 20,000 rupees income, now Annie has a 5 lakh rupees of income, and now she has a car. So car will be the normal good for her because she has a good income. But though she is able to afford a car, so that for bike will be her inferior good. Bike will be inferior good to her if she have more income. Okay, so in this fashion you can remember. That means what I have to convey, if your income has been increased, if your income increases, then your buying capacity, see, if your income has been increases, then definitely your demand will increase. And in such a cases, this is called the goods are called as the normal goods. Okay, I have told you in the previously, what I have told you, what is law of demand? What is law of demand? Price increases, then demand decreases. Okay, provided income is constant. Okay, that goods are called as the normal goods. But here in this case, his and his income has been increased, that's why the car will be normal goods to her. Car will be normal goods and a bike will be inferior good. Bike will be inferior good. Okay. Now the question number 34 we are going to discuss, very interesting graphical representation. In the diagram, the area of yellow colored represent, what it represent? See friends, I have told you this is price versus quantity, and this green line is nothing but the upward sloping, that's why it is called as the supply curve, and downward sloping it is called as the demand curve. Okay, supply curve and demand curve. The area below the equilibrium, they are asking yellow colored, that means the area below the equilibrium is called as the shortage. It is called as the shortage, remember, it is called as the shortage, and the blue colored area is called as the excess. Okay, the below area is just easy to remember, below area is called as the shortage. So what they are asking, what is the yellow colored area? First option, excess of demand, shortage of demand, less supply shortage, or excess supply. So correct option is, it is the shortage. So less supply shortage, third will be the correct answer. Now question number 35, the same, the blue colored area represents, right? I have already explained it to you. The blue colored area is nothing but the surplus. The blue colored area that is above the equilibrium point is called as the surplus. Okay, so we will directly mark 35 question number answer as the surplus, that is the excess of supply, that is called as the surplus. Question number 36 we are going to discuss, this is very interesting. The above diagram represents which of the following? See friends, this is very easy to recognize. See, I have told you the demand curve is upward sloping and it is moving from S1 to S2 in the right side. So definitely the supply, it is the supply curve. The upward sloping curve, we are here able to see the upward sloping curves. Okay, so friends, see here, S1 and S2 are two upward sloping curves, that is S1, this is S2, and so definitely the curve is shifting from left to right. When there is a left to right shift, the supply will increase. That is basic. Now they are asking very simple thing, the diagram represents what? Right, it is very simple. We are able to observe the two supply curves, and definitely there will be change in the quantity supplied because supply curve is shifting to the right side. So second will be the correct answer. Okay, now question number 37 we are going to discuss. In the same question what they are asking, in the diagram the points E1 and E2 are in that order of supply curve represents which of the following? So friends, see here, for E1 to E2, if you move from E1 to E2, you can observe the corresponding price will move from P1 to P2 and quantity will move from Q1 to Q2. Okay, now see the options what they are saying, what they have given. Increase in the cost of production due to which, see friends, what is that curve? The supply curve is shifting to the right. That is S1 to S2. Okay, when there is supply curve shifts from left to right, there is always increase in the supply. Okay, because it is shifted to the right, increase in supply. If it is shifted to the left, decrease in supply. Now it is shifting to the right side, there is increase in supply. So first option, increase in the cost of production due to which reducing the supply. See the last line, reducing the supply. Here we can observe the supply curve shifts from left to right, so definitely there will be increase in supply. So first option eliminate. See second option, the decreasing cost of production due to which producer are reducing the supply. Whether it is reducing the supply, not. So the curve is shifting left to right, there will be increase in supply, so we will eliminate first and second option. Now see third option we can observe the increase in supply. Now we come to know that there will be definitely increase in the supply because curve is shifting from left to the right, supply curve. Now see third option, increase in the cost of production due to which producers are increasing supply. See friends, whether it is possible, if the cost of production has been increased, then supply will decrease, right? It will not increase. So third option is also not correct. Now fourth option, decrease in the cost of production due to which producers are increasing the supply. Okay, when the cost of production decreases, definitely your supply will increase. This is simple. So fourth option will be our correct option. Okay, how see here in short I will explain again. Supply curve moves from left to right, that means supply will increase. And why supply will increase? Only when supply will increase if the cost of production decreases. Okay, now in short I have explained in a brief manner. 38, question number 38 we are going to discuss. It is very easy. What are the factors affecting the supply curve? Policy changes by the government, technological changes, and the cost of production. A and B only, A and C only, B and C only, A, B, C all. I have already explained to you what are the factors affecting the supply curve, A, B as well as C. So option number 4 will be our correct option. Okay. Now we will discuss some case study. It is very easy. See friends, what they are saying. Study the following table of demand and supply of Diwali gift and answer the following questions. So they have given case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cases they have given. They have given the price per unit and they have given the quantity demanded as well as the quantity supplied. That means in first case 2500 was the demand but supply was the 7500. Okay, in case of sixth case the demand for 8521 units but they have supplied only 5445. Okay, this is the basic table they have given. Now let's discuss the question based on that table. Okay, from the above information for situation 1, what is the state of the market? Option first, market in equilibrium. Option number 2, market in shortage. Option number 3, market in surplus. Option number 4, no conclusion can be drawn as market is not in the equilibrium. So friends, see what we have to discuss. Situation number 1. So come to the table again. Situation number 1. What is the situation number 1 or case number 1? See here. What is the quantity demanded? 2500. What is the quantity supply? 7500. That means our demand is less than supply. That means you have supplied more quantity than demand. That is called as the surplus. And when there is surplus in the market, when that means excess supply in the market, your price will automatically goes down because excess products will be available in the market, so definitely price will goes down. This is common sense. So what they are asking, we can say the market is in see here. In a first case, demand is less than supply. That means 2500 is less than 7500. That's why the market is in excess. The market is in excess. That is called as the surplus. So answer for 39th will be market is in surplus. Very easy. Now the same question number 40. For the above information for situation number 2, what is the state of the market? We have to find just simply, very simple. See, for case number 2, situation number 2, what is the quantity demanded? 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the quantity supplied? 1, 2, 3, 4. That means our demand is equal to supply, and this situation is called as the equilibrium, when your demand is equal to supply. So for question number 40, market is in equilibrium. So this is the correct answer. No need to read further options. Question number 41 we are going to discuss. See friends, for the above information, see here. For the above information for situation number 3, what is the state of the market? So see here, it is the situation number 3 here. See here, question number 3 for situation number 3, 6321 is the demand and 1234 is the supply. So demand is more than supply. When demand is more than supply, there is a shortage. Okay, so very easy. So we can say market is in shortage. Okay, very easy. Now the next question we are going to discuss, fourth question. Based on the above information for case 4, what should be the tendency of the price movement for the gift? Very important. For question number, for the situation or the case number 4, what will be the tendency of the price movement, that we have to find. So see friends, in a fourth question, in a case number 4, our demand is 2500 and supply is 3500. That means our demand is less than supply, right? Demand is less than supply. That means your supply is more, so there is a surplus. There is a surplus. There is excess, there is surplus. When there is surplus, there is excess quantity of products in the market, the obviously price will goes down. So obviously we can say for 42 question number, case number 4, the price will decrease, price will decrease. So for second option for 41st question will be correct. Now 43 question on the same table, they are asking what is the equilibrium price. So friends, what is equilibrium price? The price where your demand is equal to supply. Where demand is equal to supply, that price is called as the equilibrium price. Okay, now see, just find in the table where is your demand is equal to supply. See here, demand, here you can observe your demand is equal to supply. The demand quantity and supply quantity are equal. That means, and what is the price for that? 650 unit, 650 rupees per unit. So 650, that is 650 will be your equilibrium price. Okay, so correct option is the first, 650 will be your equilibrium price. Okay, now so friends, we have completed the second chapter of advanced bank management. Now see here, what you have to do, you have to subscribe our YouTube channel Bankers Zone, and also you can download our Android application from the Play Store. The name of app is the Bankers Zone CAIIB, and you can also join our Telegram channel for a CAIIB discussion. Right, for that you can search @CAIIBBZ, that you have to search. And for PDF notes, if you want a PDF, that PDF note I will give you on our Telegram channel. The name of Telegram channel is the Bankers Zone PDF. For that you can search on the Telegram @Bankers Zone Official. Okay, so friends, you have to remember, very important, download the Android app. In that app we are launching various courses. Right now these courses are free. Okay friends, we will move and we'll continue our discussion in the next chapter in the next video. Thank you friends.